Hey everybody, what's up? And welcome to another episode of So What You Hear. We're here after a riveting weekend of football. Very big wins, very, very disturbing losses.
Yes.
Very disturbing.
So all three of us, huh?
Very
across the board.
Like there's no trash talk to be had at this table because
Browns took the Titans to the
Arizona.
You know our teams. You know why certain games aren't being talked about. Let's stay the ones that don't depress everybody in this room. So that Lion bandwagon that everybody kind of, people, you could tell people wanted to be a part of it, but there was still it's Detroit-ish about it. So
I'm still like it's Detroit-ish because
I think Dan Campbell's turned them around. They have been gritty since last year, and they're finally believing in each other. And I mean, look at them this year; they're 2-1. I mean,
and I still don't feel like they even look like they're playing completely coherent football.
Yeah.
So and cohesion comes with just playing with each other. So the more you play, the better that gets. Anyway, but like Laporta and stuff like that. That's new pieces. They do have a lot of new pieces. They're only in the second year.
He's not I was expecting more from him, but it's just like he can't get it going.
I think it's underutilization. I've seen bursts. I don't feel like they're giving him the plays.
Okay.
Which is fine because
Amon-Ra St. Brown?
No, they're starting running back.
Dave Montgomery's out.
Well, yeah, but when he's playing, he's pretty effective.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that and he's not gonna be out the year, right?
No, I think it's going to be 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, so he'll eventually be back, and they'll have that. And I think using Jahmyr Gibbs more as a offset weapon that they're not necessarily gonna think about is gonna give him more until.
I was just expecting more like the Bijan Robinson type deal from him.
I think that's the problem. I don't know if you're gonna get
that from him because Bijan
is Bijan. Like that is a horse of a different color. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
So Bijan Robinson's.
You think they can win the division?
I'm gonna say yes.
Their only competition is the Packers,
and I don't think the Packers look that great.
Yeah, they sneaking them out though a little bit though. Like that will come back. I mean, they didn't look good. I won't even pretend like they did not look
the
good.
The whole comeback was predecessor on David Carr going out.
Yeah,
Derek Carr going out.
But even I think that says more about Winston than seriously than
yeah. Like I like Jameis Winston, but I
think it's time to just go ahead and pack it up. Just call it a career. I don't know what it is. You just I think it's
because it's not even just about not being able to you got the Jets and stuff, and they're like, oh, he can't make anything happen. You already had it. And you had to just not lose it.
Yeah, you were this team first. I feel like you should.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like if.
But so that I can't even fully give the Packers you guys gritted that out. Like no.
I mean,
they turned around and handed it to you.
He's my backup quarterback.
You were standing at the ATM and he said, "Hey, buddy, you hold this bag."
Oh, I was like, James.
I got rid of Did I get rid of Carr? No, it wasn't Carr. Who I had to get rid of? Was it Carr? I think I had Carr in it. It wasn't working. Yeah. He was my backup. Like I said, Dak is my primary. It was not working.
We're gonna find out who has the best chance of winning the division come Thursday.
Yes, so I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a good game.
I'm going with the Lions though.
You know what? I'm expecting the Lions to take the Packers to town because remember they beat the Packers in Lambeau last game of the year.
With Rodgers.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna have their number.
I think they're a little bit in their head, and I think these are the Packers is going for the Lions.
And do we know if Christian Watson's coming back this week?
I don't think he is. You fact check that one for us real quick. Christian Watson availability.
If Christian Watson's not back, I mean they still.
Dobbs is playing well,
and they still and Aaron Jones. Packers were down Aaron Jones and Christian Watson. I mean they're down two big key pieces of their offense.
Yeah.
But it also, I guess it says honestly, Jordan Love still won those games without them. Think about if you could have to run the ball, and if you can run the ball and be productive with. AJ Dillon was there. I don't know who the third string is, but I mean, I still think the Lions are gonna win, but I'm honestly thinking the score will be 28-16, or like 28-17 Lions.
I'm like 24-12.
We'll see. I think the Lions are gonna.
That's insane. Yeah. Football injuries. Yeah, it doesn't really say. It says he hurt, but he might be questionable.
Okay.
They'll update those. Usually like tomorrow or Friday is when the
tomorrow's Thursday, so we'll find out tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, the game tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll know for sure tomorrow.
But so moving on from the strong Lions, I watched a game this weekend in which I'm pretty sure both teams were trying to figure out a way to lose the game to the other team.
And what game was that?
The Vikings and Chargers was an absolute embarrassment. That was
bad.
So sad.
It was pretty
I honestly
bad.
don't think they were both trying to lose because nobody wants to be on 3.
I mean,
just the Chargers lost Mike Williams for the year, torn ACL. I mean, and I like. Only thing is, I think the Chargers' issues start with Brandon Staley making bad calls when the game was on the line. He's lucky his defense bailed him out in the last drive for the Vikings.
Yeah, and it was such a fluke.
And okay, Kellen Moore in this offense is supposed to be prolific, correct?
Because it's supposed to be everything that Justin Herbert does.
And
nothing.
Bunch of 3 and outs. It seems like they're not on the same page.
Bad ball placement.
Oh, that's not even true. Keenan Allen went off. Keenan Allen had a field day. So I'm not even gonna say that, but they're missing their run game. They're without Austin Eckler. Them being one dimensional is the reason why they need him. Like I said last week.
Yeah.
Without him, the offense goes as Eckler goes because he can catch up the backfield, run through tackles. When him gone, it's just he's going to throw the ball.
Yeah.
I still think Staley needs to be worried. You get to the bye and they're losing record, which I think is probably going to happen. I don't know if he finishes the season. I mean, they were a half a step away from fire him right after that Jacksonville game.
I don't know. I feel like the Vikings are right there and they just can't.
Well, I think we're sitting here going, Kirk Cousins.
Well, every time they get something moving, something going, the ball's going the other way. He
drops it.
They're turnovers. No one can keep the Vikings just can't keep the ball in their hands.
Yeah,
it's not going down the field and then Cousins do that pick. It's just they can't.
And also, if you know, last year the Vikings when they were in 1-score games last year, they were like
11-1.
They were like, they won, but this year they can't win those 1-score games. They're losing.
And you can see sometimes how luck goes because you don't now the ball's rolling.
It's a game of inches.
It really is.
It's a game of inches. So you can definitely tell.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you think they were trying to lose.
So what are the chances that
are 0-3? It's just crazy.
They fire their head coach and Kirk Cousins ends up at the Jets?
Kirk Cousins will not end up with the Jets.
Not this year.
They don't have the money.
Not this year.
I actually, you know where I think Kirk Cousins can end up? Denver.
You think he's in Denver? I don't think so.
I could see that.
Not this year, but next year I could see him being in Denver.
Yeah. If Russ does not start playing like a bowler,
I can see Kirk Cousins going to Denver because they got some weapons. They have a decent.
I don't think it's all Russell Wilson though in Denver because I'm sorry, there is no defense that they scored.
You
scored 70 points.
You could say that
they were still scoring.
But he ain't been right since that last year he had with Pete Carroll.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, but we're not even talking. Yeah,
no, we're talking.
Well, no, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
he segue.
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
nice.
But that's where he could go. But I think I think Staley can lose his job at the end of this year, and if McConnell's not safe, he could be gone as well too.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I've seen a team come from 0-3 and.
No teams made the Super Bowl.
Giants made it.
Owen's not starting.
They were 0-5.
I'm pretty sure we were like 0-4 or 0-5.
Yes, they were.
No, it's a statistic. No,
look it up.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive we were like 0-4 to 0-5.
And went to when they beat. Yeah, I know this because the year they looked like they was gonna be 0-6 and they started winning. They were like, are they about to do this again? Yeah, they went 0-4. I think they went 0-5. Who said?
It's been said all over, everywhere. Everywhere says if you're 0-3, they said there's no chance of usually making the Super Bowl. No team is 0-3 has made the Super Bowl. Let's start 0-3 in the Super Bowl. Okay.
We're gonna have to come back.
Challenge flag.
We'll come back. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna note that.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna note that. No team. I've been wrong about things before, but I'm very sure. But maybe I could be wrong. I'm gonna note that no team 0-3 has made it all the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll look that up.
And tell you what, that'll be we're stamping it right here. This will become a new segment at the end of every video.
We'll have homework.
We will have fact check for next time.
Yeah,
and we will go over
call it the fact check.
anything that we had discrepancies
I've
on.
been wrong. I'm a person. I'm a woman that admit when she made mistakes.
I could be, but I could have sworn we were like 0-4, 0-5.
I remember. I thought that was a whole thing. That year they started like cooking. They looked. It was bad in the beginning, and they started just cooking. They were like, "Are they about to do this again?" Like, but
So they just.
But I mean,
sometimes I get things mixed up. I won't even pretend. Like,
They've never won the division, but like.
Because they were wild card. Like it wasn't like I'm not gonna say they went and like they were.
I didn't say they couldn't make the playoffs. I said they called the Super Bowl.
We'll call that the fact check.
So.
That's it. Like anybody know at home, comment, let us know. Like we'll fact check it together. You know, we don't have to just be us fact checking.
Yeah, that's helpful.
We'll read the comment and we'll see what y'all say.
Yeah. So, I guess another disappointing storyline would be the New York Jets season so far.
I really thought it was going to be different.
I was like, wow, they finally got their stuff together.
And no. It's no.
4 plays, pops it.
You know, it's ironic, though, because where they are, where the Jets are, is where I thought Cleveland was going to be. And I felt like...
Really?
I thought Cleveland was going to be good this year.
Deshaun had looked bad.
I
He
didn't
looked bad
think they were going to...
Preseason, he looked bad in the offseason.
They were, like, sad in
And then he started kind of snapping.
The opposite.
That defense is the truth.
It is. Yeah, it is. And it's the complete opposite of what...
So
I thought it was going to be. I was just going to put that out there because I'm just me being honest. Like I really did. I thought it was going
to completely be the other way around. Yeah.
I mean, no one can foresee that Rodgers is going to get hurt so early in the first game.
I think what's so disappointing is not even just that Zach Wilson's not panning out. It's that he gutted out the first win against a really good team. So now you're like,
I mean, Dallas defense.
Let's be real. Josh Allen threw like 3 picks.
Oh, that's true.
And Dallas defense is a good defense, so you're like, well, I mean,
yeah.
But
then
they were still attacked.
You watch them play New England, and you're just like, oh, no, it's you. And
we have like I said, we have plenty of tape on Zach Wilson, and he's just not.
He just can't do it.
Sometimes they're busts.
I mean, he looks confused. Like he just looks like he's not even sure what to do. Like.
I saw earlier today that his stats are comparable in between the first 25 games to Jamarcus Russell.
Oh my God, that's bad.
I mean, comparable, like off by like 1 touchdown. Their completion percentage was like off by 2%. He's thrown more interceptions than Jamarcus Russell did at this point in time. So I mean,
that's bad, and that's why they got Simeon. I just don't know if Trevor Simeon. I mean, I guess he can't be worse.
Well, never say never.
We talk about scratching the bottom of the barrel.
Trevor Simeon, like it's sad that these are the conversations on the quarterbacks because we can't even get real backups to be like, oh, why don't they go get them?
Because I mean, everybody and you like you said,
it's because almost everybody's played
like
theirs and needed them.
In their backup too, like no, my backup, no, you go. You know.
I mean, there's a serious conversation about like, should Carolina just let Bryce sit because Dalton had a much better control of that offense.
I mean, no, I don't think Bryce. I think you should let Bryce get healthy off the ankle, and let him still be mentored. But I need to let Bryce. We need to let Bryce go ahead and take him to where he can go because they already don't have a first round pick next year. So
I mean, that being said, though, like. they ain't gonna part with him. Like you could tell them first round pick, and they're probably still not doing it.
Well, there's all the talk.
And
about...
I mean, are you gonna give up a first round pick for Andy Dalton?
No.
You scrap the season before you do that. Like, and I think that's the problem. Anybody who's worth close to anything, the team's gonna ask for something, and then you're not first or second round picking backups.
No. Well, the Jets might need.
The Jets don't have money or the pick or the they don't have anything. This is why Saleh was in front of the press saying that he's sticking by
that we can do.
Sticking by Zach Wilson while the whole team is in shambles, getting ready to they're having infighting.
Yeah.
You saw Michael Carter fighting a running backs coach.
Yeah.
The team doesn't believe in him.
I mean, should they? No.
The fans don't. The team don't. Everyone doesn't. But Saleh's standing right there amongst all the bullets and protecting
Well,
him.
there's talk that Kaepernick wrote a letter saying that
I'll come jump on your practice squad. He can't, even if he can just scramble for 10 yards.
The letter came across like he was begging to.
He is begging, but like I've said this.
Like I don't think the man can read a defense, but he'll at least throw the ball.
5 years.
Kaepernick
There's
has
no
been benched
way.
so many times.
There's no way he can come back after 5 years and be
quarterback. The villain for a bench quarterback, like he's.
Yeah. I'd rather have Cam Newton come back.
I'd rather have Cam.
And Cam at least has played in the past 2. He played last year.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's probably not a bad. It's not a terrible move.
Goodness, no.
Nick Foles is out there somewhere.
Nick Foles is out there. That definitely.
I don't know why we're talking about this. They can't afford anybody.
You can't afford
Dude, Nick Foles is on the he's a free agent.
He's a free agent.
If I tell you $2 million, what do you $2 million or nothing?
I don't even think they have that.
I think they do. They have a couple of mil that they can fumble around with.
Not really, because they remember they took on Aaron his contract. Then they brought in Lazard, signed Lazard. Yeah, brought in Dalvin Cook, signed Dalvin Cook, signed Randall Cobb.
But Aaron Rodgers restructured, didn't he?
Restructured to pay Dalvin Cook.
He might restructure again because, dog, we need
a
quarterback.
They don't have the money.
Come here, we need to talk.
They don't have the money.
We broke.
For at least the next 12 months, the Jets would be the Jets.
Oh, that's so sad to me. That's so sad.
And let's just hope Saleh can retain his job. Yeah. Because you go as the quarterback goes. If your quarterback plays horrible, sometimes you're mostly out. You're out of there. How many times has a quarterback play of a quarterback got their head coach fired?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
Oh, speaking of bad quarterbacks, I love this one. Justin Fields and the Bears.
So yeah, the Bears suck.
I mean, there's nothing else.
There's nothing else you can say.
Awful. I tried to take up for Fields. Either
when they tried the whole robotic and he was like coaching, I tried to maybe y'all are making.
I'm watching him run around and
remember I said
like a drunk.
I do want to apologize for last week. I said it was a lot of the coaching and it starts with his franchise is horrible, but my man can't even read. He's like he can't even miss. He's missing wide open people. He can't even run like he wanted to.
It's bad as their organization was robbed, so maybe he
literally.
I know they broke in and stole $100,000 worth of stuff. Once again,
it was like they figured they weren't using them, right? So
I guess
y'all can't be using it.
I guess this must be all tied to the Bears.
Suck.
Oh my god!
I feel sorry for the fan base.
Chase Claypool is exactly what Pittsburgh said he was.
Not even me being mean. I've always.
I feel bad for
the Bears, but
I do.
This is bad.
Now you're in another situation of just it should have been better than this.
But I also blame the organization for the development of Justin Fields because we knew he had to come in and develop.
They could.
And when's the last time they developed a good quarterback? Rex Grossman?
Yeah.
What? Oh, sorry. They did have Jay Cutler, but Jay Cutler wasn't developed there.
He was already Oh, you made me. Oh, okay. I stopped. Okay, thank you.
They could have had Patrick Mahomes.
They could have definitely.
And they
went. We'd be having a conversation about Trubisky is amazing because he's in Kansas City. And Patrick Mahomes, this guy sucks. Chicago's trash.
Could have happened to Mahomes was them not. Yeah. So. How many teams have
let's go. Aaron Rodgers still tries to act angry all the time because he was passed over. Do you really want to be in Alex Smith's shoes? That team was trash.
I'm not going to talk about Alex Smith. We should just be glad he's alive.
Well, I mean, no something.
I love Alex Smith though.
I mean, my point too. I think if they draft Rodgers and Alex Smith ends up in Green Bay, I think we're talking about how Aaron Rodgers just didn't amount to much. And wow, Alex Smith's a good quarterback.
I don't know. San Francisco.
No, because he would have been on that team when San Francisco was in the Super Bowl.
Harbaugh was there.
Yeah, he probably would have ended up fucking around.
Well, okay, yes, he probably would have been benched for. Okay, if he stuck it out long enough, Alex Smith played with them being terrible for like what, 5-6 years.
Alex Smith should not got benched for Kaepernick. They were when he was winning.
He was winning.
He got hurt. They set him down because he was hurt, and they ended up having the same record.
And then they get rid of him and bench Kaepernick halfway through the next year. And it's like, well, don't you wish you still had Alex Smith?
Your quarterback, like seriously.
Oh, I just realized we were talking about the Bears.
I got
segue like hell.
He's really segued. It was in the same. It's because they suck.
It's because they suck that bad.
They're that bad.
That's really what it is.
It's really bad.
It's Denver got beat by 50, and I still don't think they looked as bad as the Bears.
It's true. It's
true. You mean they don't look as bad?
They don't look as dysfunctional as bad.
They were scoring.
They put up 20 points. They made plays. You know what? We're going to go ahead and just transition to that one right now because we'll go ahead with that Dolphins blowout as our next statement anyway.
They put up 13 points because they had that kick return. The only thing that looked good about the Denver Broncos was the special teams kick return.
And that didn't even look good. Their cheerleaders looking busted.
They don't even have that. Like they would.
I saw a dude selling hot dogs in the stands. They didn't even have buns. They're just trash.
Is that what got stolen?
That's what got stolen. They took all the buns.
I thought you were going to say he threw it further. Let's get this guy in Jersey.
It's terrible.
But
Denver quit. That is why they ended up with 70. Because by the time they got to like the third quarter, they weren't even trying to tackle anymore.
I know.
They put their arm out, and if you were out of their fingertip range, they were like, he's gone. I don't know about that.
Chosen
scored with a second-string quarterback.
Mike White.
I don't know why the Jets got rid of him. I get you got Aaron Rodgers.
They had to justify keeping their second.
I would have cut Zach Wilson.
Second pick.
Well, that's true. I would have cut Zach Wilson. But anyway.
When they sat him down, last year they were still losing.
Mike White came in and won like 2 games.
Did he win 2 games?
Yeah. They were talking about whether they should switch him, and then he had a bad game against a really, really good team.
You're right.
And it's like, well, he still looks better than Wilson.
Well, neither one of them really were scoring.
When they got Aaron Rodgers, they were like, oh, we don't need 3 quarterbacks, and they got rid of Mike White.
And they still had a problem scoring.
Well, he scores in Miami.
Yeah.
Robbie Chosen.
I think I would try to break the record. I don't think that's being mean to make history.
If not from that close. Like, if I had to score 10 points and we're like 5 minutes left, I might be like, I'm not trying to play
a field goal.
But I need a field goal to set a record.
This is legacy. This is forever. You're in the books. Like, I
don't blame him.
I would have did it.
I just want to know how Sean Payton's going to save face because.
Well, with Jimmy Johnson, right? His first time in Dallas, they were pretty bad. And
1-15.
It was 1-15. And what happened? The rest is history, is it not?
Is that going to ring the next year?
Russell Wilson
is it the next year?
Is not Troy Aikman.
He's been to Super Bowls. Don't say that. We've seen Troy Aikman level play from Russell Wilson. Not that style of play. But we've seen Super Bowl winning caliber play from Russell Wilson.
He was there twice. He only won one, but he was there twice.
I'm sure it's not because of the Legion of Boom.
No, because remember, they were still good in winning.
They were scoring. They was getting down the
after
field.
Legion of Boom left.
Look.
Yeah, and they were scoring on people.
He hasn't been back since.
The ball. That's the problem. Like, they should have ran that ball in.
He stopped doing what Russ did. He really did.
I think.
We won't blame Pete Carroll because he seemed to make it work with Geno Smith.
I'm blaming Pete Carroll.
They're 2-1.
They didn't look good last year.
Okay, they are 2-1 this year.
And Geno hasn't looked atrocious besides the first week.
Yeah. You can't even get to the...
No, because he had him in fantasy. He was like, I got him. He's a fucking bum. And like, I knew it. And he dropped him immediately after that week. He got him. I'm laughing because he was like, I can't believe I trusted Geno Smith to get me a win.
But I cut him and ended up getting Brock Purdy. So
and Purdy, yeah.
Purdy is definitely doing his thing. So I'm definitely happy with that.
Yeah, no. So I mean,
But
the Dolphins look. Actually, I can honestly say the Dolphins look good at all levels.
They look amazing.
And Jalen Ramsey's not even back yet.
they're not yet. So they're technically not a flag. Is he going to be back this season?
Yeah,
he playoffs,
they
right?
had
No.
Waddle. Waddle was out.
Yeah, Waddle was out.
They
Waddle was out.
Waddle, and they still scored 7.
He should be back by like week 5 or 6 because he was supposed to be only out for like 4 to 6 weeks. So, and that was before during preseason. So he should.
Okay, so he
should be coming back. But they're not going to rush him back.
Why?
Look at him.
They don't need to.
They're 3-0.
Why would we need to?
So the Dolphins, I honestly think,
That's
and the Dolphins and the Bills play each other this week, correct?
Yes,
so that's
they do.
good.
In Buffalo.
So we're gonna see.
I don't want to.
No, everybody says the Buffalo Bills are like balanced, like built. That's what
I totally got my money on the Dolphins. Like,
all right, I look.
I got
dysfunctional when they play.
I'm gonna write that down.
When they come across,
I think the Dolphins.
It comes out when they play good teams.
God,
it comes out when they play good defenses. That Buffalo team, completely falls apart every time they play a good defense.
Okay, look, I'm looking forward to that game this week. I really am, but we'll see. We will see.
Yeah.
I think the Dolphins still will win. I do think that, but I think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna be. I don't know, Josh. We don't know what Josh Allen gonna get. We don't know if we're gonna get pick happy Josh Allen, or we have no idea.
I see him pouting and just throwing it to the. I see him pouting, and I see the Dolphins with his balls more than the Bills.
He's ballless, Cotton.
I
think the Dolphins will stay undefeated.
I think the
Dolphins stay undefeated.
But I don't think it might be a good game. I don't think it's gonna be a close game.
Okay. I mean,
whenever you really put the screws to them, they fall apart. It's not about teams beating them. They start making mistakes
themselves. They start to implode.
That's what happens every time they play Kansas City.
They start turning on each other. They turn on each other
as soon as things get tough. I like them when they're functioning, but it seems like way too little of situations.
Wish they were as tough as Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
I really do.
No shirt in the snow, jumping through tables. That's awesome. All right, well, that's a good way to kind of go into. So, who do you think is the best of the undefeated teams?
The Dolphins.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry. This is personal. I hate the Eagles. Okay,
but I'm even gonna take that personal hate out of it.
It's so.
I don't think they've looked clean.
Personal. It hurts me like emotionally, and I can't help it. But they're doing it, and they do have like
they haven't played a complete game yet.
But I think if they figure out the little stuff, I think we're in trouble. I do. I think
if you think about it, I feel like the Dolphins maybe are the best team in the AFC. But I say that unfortunately the Eagles and the Niners.
It's a whole kind of like.
It's like it could be, but it all depends on obviously injuries and who makes it. But I still think the Niners are more complete than the Eagles, even though the Eagles have an amazing O line.
I think the Niners are more complete, but I think everybody has missed. You notice they can't get the ball deep.
They haven't had to.
Yeah, that's true.
They haven't had to.
Yeah.
If you can give it to McCaffrey at the backfield and then throw a slant to Debo, who gets it set 6 yards away from the line of scrimmage and runs 30 yards.
He's scary, yeah.
Or then you throw it to Brandon Ayuk 10 yards down the field.
So why even go?
And then throw it to Kittle and watch Kittle run? What am I doing?
Yeah.
What do you need to throw deep for when you're line?
Yeah, because he showed up this weekend. Yeah.
He did. You didn't start him.
I did not start him because he has been awful. He's not. That's not fair. He has not been awful. But Purdy will not throw him the ball.
Oh, he got it last week.
And I don't know. They had a conversation. Like, hey man, I'm out here, right? Like I don't know.
I think it's because Ayuk was hurt, so he had.
That's true.
Ayuk was hurt.
But yeah, so he was sitting all.
Well, they do that if you notice, they do that as the season goes. It'll like the first game, it'll be like all McCaffrey. And then it'll be like McCaffrey and Ayuk. And then it'll be like McCaffrey, Ayuk, and a little bit of Debo.
Well, I'm starting
then
to
McCaffrey won't get quite as much,
Well,
and Ayuk.
I
Debo-
think I have
it goes
to wait
McCaffrey.
about 3 weeks for Kittle because this is what happened last year. I was almost about to cut him last year, and he just started cooking. This happened, so I think he got to get,
I think Shanahan's thing is like he likes to get McCaffrey going first, and then he likes to get the ball in Debo's hand. Debo's electric and gets different things going. And then after that, he'll start throwing the Kittle, hitting Ayuk because Ayuk starts beating you on the.
He had a lot of trust in Kittle last year. So that was his boy. So that was, I got so many fancy points because Kittle was his boy last year. So, and Purdy because last year Purdy he ignores. Well, Kittle blocks more.
And let's be honest,
Purdy's there, but
Purdy is still getting used to that repaired arm.
Yeah.
But he's still getting the confidence back and being able to make those throws. So I feel like he's not in midseason. He's not even ready. I think by the next couple of weeks, when he's finally getting that timing stuff down, because you saw him sailing the ball a couple of times in the past couple of weeks, missing some touch throws and stuff of that nature. I think Purdy will be just fine once he believes starts getting the confidence back in his arm.
That's true. He might just be working his way up.
Who you think is the number one? You think it's the Dolphins?
I'd say Dolphins number one in the AFC. I'm gonna go conference. I don't know who's number one in the league. I see Dolphins number. I see Dolphins number one in the AFC, and I'm gonna give it to the Niners number one in the NFC with the Eagles are close. I still put your Cowboys in there, but they're not undefeated.
They're not undefeated.
And I feel
like the Eagles.
The Eagles have played a complete
game. Other than they had last week, but I think they could have went different ways that first game and that second game where they could have easily lost.
Definitely because they had teams. They let teams either stay in the game or they weren't being able to stop them. So, but I am worried about their run game. They got a great run offense. That O line is insane.
Yeah.
That the holes that DeAndre Swift was running through.
Yeah, they were huge.
So, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. Game we didn't talk about, but I just think it has to with all the off-season BS-ery about contracts and stuff.
Okay.
The Colts beating the Ravens yesterday, they flat out showed that Sunday, sorry. On Sunday, they flat out showed that when the game comes down to Lamar passing, he can't do it. He can't do it. He cannot do it.
He does not like Lamar.
He's a one-trick pony. He can't do it.
He does not like Lamar.
Again, the game came down to, hey, Lamar, we need you to throw the ball. And what happened? They got beat by the Colts with guard dimension.
Okay. No, Matt Gay's 5 field goals beat them.
Well, whatever.
But I will say this.
Toughness.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't even get into a good field goal range for Justin Tucker. It's Justin Tucker.
That was enough for Tuck. It was.
He was shocked he missed.
He looked confused.
Yeah, he was like, that didn't go in.
He does like one a season. He misses like one a season.
He missed 2 field goals so far this year. 2 or 3.
That's because I didn't get him. See, we have a connection.
But you know what? Besides that game, you know what was one of the good games I was shocked and happy to see? The Houston Texans beating the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. It's not about a dislike for the Jags. I thought D'Amico Ryan was going to need a lot longer than a season to get that.
CJ Stroud and them boys, he got some.
That Houston team was terrible.
I wanted Jacksonville to win. I'm sorry. I did. So, I was disappointed. I wanted to get out there.
Their defense is pretty bad.
They're pretty bad.
I thought the defense would be a lot better this year, but their defense is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But
I just think it puts a lot of pressure on Trevor Lawrence.
The Kansas City Chiefs the week before, they're like 17 points, but they lost. They let the Texans put up 34. Right? I think it was 34, something like that. I mean,
Kansas City was holding all their stuff for Taylor Swift. They didn't want to really show anything until T Swift was there.
So they were playing. Who were they playing?
It had to be brought up. It's literally been talked about on.
Who were they playing last week? The Bears.
The Bears. 41.
The Bears. So no.
Oh, you know that both of all the popular teams got just waxed this weekend.
Oh, Chicago.
Colorado.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not a good day for Colorado sports.
Yeah. All right, is that it?
Yeah, I think that's.
And
now we just get prepped for another week of hopefully entertaining football. I think it will be. Hopefully, I won't have to cry.
Who y'all playing?
Oh God, I don't remember, but it's somebody that should dog us. Seattle. We might beat them. Andrew Thomas is coming back for the first time. Andrew Thomas is coming back. Andrew Thomas has been hurt.
When we talk
since,
about Geno Smith and the Giants.
Played 3 or 4 of the Dallas game. Azudu has actually been doing decent at tackle. You know, he's not good enough to stay at tackle, but now he's going to be a guard. Ben Bredeson's back from the concussion, and our offensive line is pretty much the reason we've been non-existent in games.
Okay.
So, we might be able to beat Geno and them with a line that might be able to do better.
We play the Bengals. Great.
Well, are you going to get... I mean, even I was going to say you're going to get this weekend's Bengals or the... They didn't look good this weekend. The Rams just couldn't get things snapping.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. Look.
I didn't see that game because you know, they were on pretty much the same time. And I was so upset when the Eagles... when I was just like, I'm done. So I can't even pretend. Like, I was checking in back and forth, you know.
Yeah.
And I was so, like, so upset. I can't even pretend. Like, it's so personal. I'm telling you.
That'll do it.
I know it's
I think that pretty much wraps this one up. All right. All y'all out there, like and share and subscribe. Leave a comment, and we'll see y'all next time.